Yo, what is going on guys? Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. Now in today's video, I've got something very special to share with you guys, and that is a potential glimpse of the upcoming garage that we will be receiving with the mansion properties on December 9th. If you guys have been living under a rock, you won't know that Rockstar Games will be releasing a brand new DLC update known as a Safehouse in the Hills. And of course, if you guys do watch my videos regularly, then you would have known we've known about these mansions for some time now, and that's due to some of the most credible data miners that managed to get access to files showcasing what Rockstar Games do plan on releasing in the near future. Now, only the other day I made a video taking a look at some new confirmed vehicles that we will be receiving with this trailer, and like I said, we have now got some new details on the garage that will be included with these mansions. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering, what are these garages going to be like, how much storage space are they going to come with, plus much more. So as always, if you guys do want to enjoy the video and you do appreciate me keeping you up to date with all of the latest GTA 5 news, all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below, and if you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. With that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, of course, we are going to be receiving a DLC known as a Safehouse in the Hills, and this DLC's theme is about high-end luxury designer clothes, expensive cars, and like I said, big massive mansions. So basically a high life style DLC. Now, a lot of you newer GTA 5 players may not remember that back in 2014, so we're talking a very long time ago now, 11 years ago, Rockstar Games actually released an update into the game known as the High Life update. Now this introduced luxury apartments with the ability to own multiple properties with several garages. Of course, it included new vehicles like every DLC, and all of these vehicles, of course, being a High Life DLC, were luxury and high-end vehicles such as the Enos Huntley S, the Debussy Mascaro, the Zentorno, and even the Dinka Thrust as a motorbike. So the update was basically focused around high-end items and property ownership for players. Sounds very similar, doesn't it, to the upcoming DLC that we will be receiving in December. And of course, we also did receive new designer clothing items with the High Life update, just like Rockstar Games have released this week and last week, being showcased on the image you can see on screen. So just like the upcoming Safehouse in the Hills DLC, expect a lot of the similar brands that are based off Versace and Louis Vuitton in GTA 5 Online also being released, just like they did with the High Life DLC. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, why are you talking about the High Life DLC and the similarities with that DLC and the upcoming Mansion DLC? Well, interestingly, there was actually a bit of content that was originally meant to be released with the High Life DLC that was later scrapped and not released. However, would make sense to be released with a Safehouse in the Hills mansion style DLC. Now, a user known as MK Gelman over on the GTA forums, he was looking through the game files, and in the High Life DLC for the PC, he found a garage interior that was not released. Now, it does only look like a 10-car garage, which you would expect for a high-end luxury apartment. However, now Rockstar Games have started to use the ability of multi-level or multi-floors of garages. It is also very likely we could be seeing something very similar with this. Now, luckily, he did actually screen grab images of this garage interior, which as you guys can see on screen right now. So straight away, all of you guys that own a high-end luxury apartment in GTA 5 Online, you will know this is not the same garage that we ended up receiving with those apartments. Very different indeed. Almost looks to be in the shape of a mini arrowhead, and taking a look at the inside of these garages, as you guys can see on screen, looks like we would have been able to fit potentially 5 cars on each side of it, with the entrance, or like I said, an elevator in the center point of it, where we should be able to make our way up and down to different floors of the garage. And personally, I think this shape of a garage definitely looks way better than the ones we ended up receiving with the luxury high-end apartments. I think the basic rectangle shape we received with a lot of the earlier apartments looks very boring and bland, especially compared to some of the more recent garages that we have received from Rockstar Games. Now, what's actually interesting about this garage is there was another user known as Godmunder123 who managed to use the game files to load into his game so he could actually see physically what this garage would have looked like if it would have been released. So of course, to use mods you do have to play in single player, so he is playing as Franklin while he was testing out this garage to see what it would look like, and as you guys can see on screen, just looks more like a high-end garage with the mini arrowhead shape as we said, so you could get a full glimpse of all of your vehicles if you stood in the right position. Like I said, something we can't really do already in the game with any 10-car garage. And taking a look at the other images, as you guys can see on screen, not the biggest but does look like a pretty nice garage you would expect to see with a high-end apartment or property. Got a few windows in here as well, so whether this will be connected and you could look into it maybe from the garden area of your property. But like I said, with this garage originally meant to have been released with a High Life DLC, and this DLC being the most similar in theme. We have changed a lot in GTA 5 since the High Life DLC. There's a lot more vehicles we can own now, a lot more businesses. So like I said, if Rockstar Games did decide to scrap this garage for a future High Life or luxury style DLC, what a better way to do so than release it with a mansion style property. I definitely think they will make it multi-floored if they do end up releasing it, just for the pure fact that we know how many vehicles everyone owns in GTA 5 Online. And leave a comment down below, how many garage spaces are you guys hoping for with the brand new mansion property? We do know these properties are going to be quite expensive, so it would be good to see at least a 50 to 100 car garage. And even another very credible data miner in the GTA 5 community that has leaked out a bunch of stuff recently to do with a ton of cops and crooks content and even a lot of the Money Fronts DLC content. He went ahead and said recently, who remembers the garages that were added during the High Life DLC and subsequently removed? I hope the equivalent is in the Mansion DLC. At least 100 garage spaces, please. And then he goes on to show a bit more of a better detailed image here of these unreleased garages, as you guys can see on screen, in the famous arrowhead shape with a bunch of highlight lights on each individual vehicle, so it would almost look like each vehicle was highlighted and spotlighted in the garage. And then even here, standing in person as he managed to also load these game files into the game, looks a lot more bigger than we originally thought with the original images leaked out back in the day. As you guys can see on screen, could easily fit lots of cars in this space if they was organized in the right way, especially if it was a multi-floor garage. And for you guys that aren't GTA Plus members or you've never been inside of it, of course Rockstar Games also released the Vinewood Car Club garage, which is an exclusive 100 car storage facility. Now like I said, this is for GTA Plus members only, but has a very similar layout and style, whilst this isn't that garage. So like I said, this hasn't been released yet, whereas this one was made brand new. We do have the option of coming out of the center point and seeing vehicles to both the left and the right of our character with 5 floors. Of course, we can store 10 cars on each side of each floor, so each floor holds 20 vehicles. I could definitely see Rockstar Games doing a similar thing with a very expensive mansion property. And if you do want full details on everything we know about these mansions, all of the leaks and official news, I'll leave a link to a playlist down low in the comment section, giving you guys a full breakdown on everything you can expect to see. As always, if you are still watching to this point, then you probably have enjoyed the video, so all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below. And if you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace!